A recent review of state budgets for 2024 has revealed that the governments of Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe states have collectively allocated over 7 billion for expenses and sitting allowances. Across 17 states, a total of 23 billion has been set aside for these expenses, raising concerns about how these funds are being prioritized. The states covered in this review include Osun, Ekiti, Ondo, Oyo, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Gombe, Cross River, Bayelsa, Adamawa, Niger, Yobe, Borno, Zamfara, Imo, and Enugu. These states have all budgeted amounts for expenses and sitting allowances in their 2024 financial plans. Osun State has earmarked 1.56 billion naira, while Oyo State plans to spend 329 million. Ekiti has allocated 594 million, and Ondo has 404 million. In the north, Kaduna budgets include 510 million, Kanu's 453 million, and Katsina's 284 million. Gombe State has budgeted 100 million. Cross River 38.6 million and Bayelsa a substantial 1.443 billion. Meanwhile, Adamawa plans to spend 1.5 billion. Niger 7.27 billion. Yobe 3.465 billion. Borno 4.461 billion. Zamfara 52 million, Imo 646 million, and Enugu 1.211 billion. These figures are important, especially in light of the pressing needs in areas like healthcare, education, and infrastructure, which could benefit from more attention and funding. While it is not uncommon to reward public servants for their contributions, the large amount set aside for this payment, particularly in financially struggling states, have led to questions about whether this is the best use of public funds. The decision to allocate large sums of expenses and sitting allowances comes at a time when many Nigerian states are facing significant financial difficulties. This has been a long-standing issue, with states often unable to meet their financial obligations without relying on loans or bailouts from the federal government. Given these financial pressures, it is important to consider whether these budget allocations are the most effective use of resources. In a country where many citizens struggle with access to basic services, it is worth asking if this fund could be better spent on areas that have more direct impact on people's life. For example, directing more funds towards healthcare could lead to better medical services, particularly in underserved rural areas. Increasing investment in education could improve the quality of schooling and open up more opportunities for children across the country. These budget allocations have once again brought up the ongoing discussion about the high cost of governance in Nigeria. Many people have called for a reduction in these costs to free up resources for more impactful spending. The argument is that by cutting down on unnecessary expenses such as excessive allowances and payments, states could redirect these funds to areas that directly benefit the public. This might include building and maintaining infrastructure, funding social programs, and investing in initiatives that improve the quality of life for citizens. There is also a growing awareness that the current level of government spending is not sustainable. With Nigerians facing economic challenges, there is a need to rethink how public funds are used. The decision by states like Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe to allocate over 7 billion for expenses and sitting allowances highlights a broader issue of resource management. While Nigeria has one of the largest economies in Africa, It also faces significant challenges related to poor governance and inefficient use of resources. By allocating large sums of these allowances, states are essentially diverting funds from areas that could help grow the economy and improve living conditions for their citizens. For instance, investing in infrastructures such as road, bridges, and public transportation could create jobs and stimulate local economies. Improving education and healthcare could lead to a more skilled and healthy workforce, which could attract investment and promote economic growth. The findings of this budget reviews point to a need for greater accountability and transparency in how public funds are allocated and spent. While state governments have the right to decide how they spend their money, there should be checks in place to ensure that these decisions are in the best interest of the public. One way to achieve this is through increased public oversight of state budgets. Civil society organizations, the media, and citizens themselves can play a key role in holding governments accountable by monitoring budget allocations and spendings. By staying informed and engaged, they can raise concerns and demand explanations for questionable expenses. Additionally, there should be a stronger oversight from the federal government and independent bodies to ensure that states adhere to principle of financial responsibility. These include regular audits of state budgets and penalties for states that do not manage their finances wisely. The allocation of over 7 billion by Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe states for expenses and sitting allowances as part of a broader of 23 billion allocated by 17 states should prompt Nigerians policy makers to rethink their budget priorities. As the country continues to face economic challenges, it is crucial that public funds are used in ways that benefit the majority of citizens. This will require making tough decisions and cutting back on non-essential spending. However, by doing so, states can free up resources for important investments in infrastructure, education, healthcare, and other areas that directly impact the lives of ordinary Nigerians. The ultimate goal should be to create a more just and prosperous society where public funds are used to improve the lives of all citizens. Well, guys, that's the news for today. I saw it and I decided to share with you all. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.